Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, you're eating clean, you're working out, but you're just not getting that lean, defined look you're after? Trust me, you are not alone. In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on a hidden physiological trap that messes up most people's progress, and they don't even know it's happening.
So let's just start by tearing down some of the old fitness rules you've probably heard a million times. You know the ones, right? Just do more cardio to burn fat. Just lift weights to build muscle. The fitness world loves these simple, one-size-fits-all answers. But as we're about to find out, when it comes to your body, simple advice, well, it can be just plain wrong.
Because the real target we should be aiming for isn't just seeing a smaller number on the scale. No, it's achieving a state of leanness. And believe me, that is a whole different ballgame. Okay, let's get into it.
To really understand this game, we first have to define what we're actually playing for. And to do that, we kind of have to throw out the old rule book.
So, the very first thing we got to do is a mental shift. We need to stop obsessing over weight and start focusing on body composition. This is a total game changer. It's not about how much you weigh, but what that weight is actually made of, the ratio of fat to everything else, especially your incredibly valuable muscle.
And this slide, right here, shows the huge difference. See, pure weight loss can fool you. It's like selling off your furniture and the foundation of your house just to make the house lighter. That's exactly what happens when you lose muscle. You become metabolically weaker. But leanness is way smarter. It's like a strategic renovation. You're getting rid of all the clutter, the fat, while reinforcing the actual structure, your muscle.
And this just nails the core challenge. You're fighting a war on two fronts at the same time. You're attacking fat, while you're also desperately trying to defend your muscle. It's a real physiological battle. So, how does this battle actually play out? Well, that brings us to the main problem.
Which brings us to this central conflict, what we're calling the leanness trap. You can think of it like dieting's double-edged sword, and it is the hidden reason so many people get stuck in that cycle of yo-yo dieting.
All right, to win that first part of the battle, getting rid of fat, your body absolutely has to be in a caloric deficit. It's got to burn more energy than it takes in. This isn't some new fad or a theory. This is a non-negotiable law of thermodynamics. There's just no way around it. Period. But, and this is a big but, this creates a huge hidden problem. Getting into that deficit comes with a serious cost. What does forcing your body into a deficit actually do to your internal biology?
It shoves your body into what's called a catabolic state. Now, this is basically survival mode. Your body senses there's an energy shortage, and it starts breaking down its own tissues to get fuel. It's kind of like a company that starts selling off its own machinery just to pay the electricity bill.
And this is the part that trips everybody up. Your body, it isn't picky. In that catabolic state, yeah, it breaks down stored fat, which is great, that's what we want. But it also starts breaking down your precious metabolically active muscle. And why does it do that? Well, because muscle is expensive. It costs your body a lot of energy just to maintain it. And when your body thinks there's a famine, muscle is a luxury it thinks it just can't afford.
So, why is losing muscle such a complete disaster for anyone who's trying to get and stay lean? Let's look at how this all builds into that vicious cycle that so many people get trapped in.
Okay, take a look at this. See that huge purple slice? That's your resting metabolic rate, or RMR. This is the energy you burn just by being alive. You know, thinking, breathing, all that stuff. It is the silent majority of your daily calorie burn, responsible for up to 75% of the total. It is your metabolic engine, and it's running 24/7 in the background. So what's powering that engine? You guessed it, muscle. The more muscle you have, the more energy it needs, and the faster your metabolic engine runs all day long. More muscle means you are burning more calories around the clock, even when you're just crashed out on the couch watching TV. And this is where the trap snaps shut. Just follow the steps here. You start a diet, which puts you in that catabolic state, so you lose muscle. That lost muscle makes your metabolic engine slow way down. Now, to lose the same amount of fat, you have to eat even less, which makes the whole diet miserable. And finally, the second you go back to eating normally, your slowed down metabolism just can't handle it, and the fat comes roaring back. And usually, it brings a few friends with it. That is the leanness trap.
So, if just dieting by itself is a trap, then how in the world do we escape it? How do we lose the fat without burning up the very muscle that powers our metabolism?
Well, the answer is using the right tools for the job.
We have to send our body a very powerful signal, basically a memo that says, hey, burn the fat, but protect the muscle at all costs. And to send that signal, we have 3 primary tools in our toolbox.
Tool number 1, high-intensity interval training, or HIIT. Think short, all-out bursts of effort.
Tool number 2, resistance training, aka weightlifting. This is our number 1 muscle protector.
And tool number 3, good old-fashioned steady-state cardio. Like jogging or hopping on a bike. But here's the twist. They don't all work the way you've probably been told they do. The key to escaping this trap isn't just doing these workouts. It's understanding the real physiological job of each one. And I guarantee you, their primary roles are going to surprise you.
So what's the right mix? Which tool is for torching fat and which one is for defending muscle? How do we put them all together to build the ultimate fat loss machine right from home? Well, that is exactly what we are going to build in part 2. You are not going to want to miss it.